Hey, boys and girls, it's Mr. Mac. Today we are doing Module 2, Lesson 3, which is estimating with two-digit divisors. Today we're going to focus on an estimating strategy that's just a little bit different than our typical estimating and rounding that we've done. Today it says I can estimate quotients of division problems using compatible numbers. So when we look at the compatible numbers, what compatible numbers mean, and you might have heard of the word compatible before, it means kind of things that can get along, things that are usually friendly, okay? In this situation, we are kind of making sure these numbers are going to be friendly, that they can get along, right? That they're easy to work with is kind of what we're looking for. All right, so when we look at this example, it says one of Florida's tallest buildings is 900 Biscayne Bay. It stands 650 feet tall. The building has 63 floors. If each floor is approximately the same height, about how tall is one floor of the 900 Biscayne Bay building? So they throw this 900 in here to try and confuse you because that's a number, right? But that's just the name of the building, so we're not worried about that. We have a problem that looks like 650 divided by 63. Okay, now we could sit here and we could do the long division here because we've done that and we've learned how to do it. And we could say, all right, I know how to find the exact heights, but the question is asking approximately how high. So when we talk about compatible numbers, we're looking at estimating like 65 and 63. And we want to know what numbers are close in 65 and 63 that could both be divided by each other, right? So 65 and 63 are pretty close to each other. So I really only would have to change one of these numbers since they are super close. Every example is not going to be like this, but I could change 63 to be 65, and then I would have 650 divided by 65. And then I know that 65 divided by 65 is 1. And then I add on my 0 and I get 10. So for this answer, a quick and easy estimate could be 10 for 650 divided by 65. We could also have said, well, 65 is close to 60, so this could be 600. And this 63 is close to 60. And we could have had 600 divided by 60. We still have the same answer, which is 10. And when we divide by multiples of 10 like this, guys, you can cancel out the common zeros between the dividend and the divisor, which makes it really nice because then after we do that, we only have 60 divided by 6, and that is 10, which you could either say you know that division fact, or 6 divided by 6 is 1, and then you add on the 0 to get 10. So this one was a little bit easier because the numbers were really close when we're looking at the 65 and the 63. But not every example is always going to be like that. So we're going to take a look at another example on the next page. It says the Icon Brickell South Tower in Miami is 586 feet tall. So 586 feet tall. Okay, and it is going to be divided by 60 because it has 60 floors. So this one, again, actually, I was incorrect. 58 and 60 are super close to each other. So 58 and 60, I could change the 58 to be 60. And when you estimate, everything after it becomes a 0. So now I have 600 divided by 60 again. Okay, so now, again, common zeros can be crossed out. And then I have 60 divided by 6 again, which is going to give me 10. Now, to focus a little more on the extra here, okay, so now it says to write an equation. We did the equation. Okay, does the problem require you to find the exact? Well, no, because it says about. So you would say no because it says about how much. What is true about the dividends that are compatible with a divisor of 60? Okay, so 60 and 60, they're both going to be divided by 60, right? So that's why they're saying with a divisor of 60. So 58 can change to 60, and this is 60. So we're good to go because this was already 60. So we changed 58 to 60, and everything after it became a 0. So now, when we keep on going, they start talking about what multiples of 60 are close to 586. Well, if we look at the 6 and we want to get close to 58, we know that 9 times 6 is 54, so 540 could work. And then 10 times 6 is 60, so it would be 600. So we would say, all right, well, we picked 600. We did 600 divided by 60, and that gave us 10. So again, for our answer, our floors would be about 10 feet tall. I'm actually going to do another example because we've had a couple that are really close, and I want to make sure to get an example in that is a little bit different, a little bit more of the challenging. Okay. And that is going to be on our next page. All right. So a little bit different here. For example, we're going to look at number 3, not number 2, because number 2 is another one that's pretty close. So number 3 says Melinda needs to travel for work. A 21-day trip costs $3,750. She says that means the trip will cost about $200 per day. Is her estimate reasonable? Well, let's talk about it. We've got $3,750, and we're dividing it by 21. So when we're looking at compatible numbers, we want to know what is close to 37 that can be divided by 21. Well, 21 times 1 is 21. If we double it, we get 21 times 2, which is going to be 42. Okay, so then everything after it becomes a 0, and we divide it by 21. Well, we just said 4,200. We said 42 can be divided by 21. That would give me a 2. And then we add on the zeros here to get 200. So in this example, they weren't super close to each other, so we weren't able just to change them. We kept our divisor the same, and we just changed our dividend here to get something close to 21 close to 37 that could be divided by 21. All right. So if we wanted to do a similar example for number 2, it would be 138 divided by 18. Okay. And then again, we would say what number close to 13 can be divided by 18 in this example. So then I would change 13 to 18. Everything after it becomes a 0. And then I would just divide. So 18 divided by 18 would give me 1. And then I would add on my 0. So the answer for that one would be 10. All right. So again, just as a recap, guys, the whole idea is to find something close in our dividend that can be divided by our divisor. That's how compatible numbers work. We're just trying to get something close, something that would make our lives easier when dividing. So looking at the real problem and this estimate, I know the estimate I can do mentally. The real problem would take me a while. All right. Hopefully these examples helped you. We'll teach it in class as well. Best of luck with your assignments, guys. Take care.